We are hearing some dramatic 911 calls after actor Jeremy Renner was run over by his own snowplow up in northern Nevada.
Fox 6 Jovial listening to those calls and joins us with a new conversation between a caller and a dispatcher. It's just heartbreaking to hear that that people are calling for help for him.
Yeah, a lot of people came to his rescue, though. You hear the caller and dispatcher, along with others on the scene, working to save Renner's life. At one point, I heard the caller tell Renner to hang in there. Now, Renner was clearing snow around his Reno area home with the snowcat on New Year's Day when this accident happened. In one 911 call, you can hear a person who lives nearby talking to a dispatcher, telling her Renner was in rough shape. The caller said Renner was bleeding, and the dispatcher told him how to stop the bleeding by putting pressure on the wound with a towel. Now, throughout the call, you can hear Renner moaning in pain in the background.
Yeah, he got crushed up on his right side. Yeah, his right chest and the upper torso, his ribs look like they might be crushed. He's got a head wound as well.
Keep the pressure. If it keeps bleeding, you're probably not pressing hard enough. Remember to keep a firm, steady pressure on the wound.
Yeah, I understand.
The dispatcher also said the caller told the caller not to move Renner and told him to reassure Renner that help was on the way, including an emergency helicopter. The caller also told the dispatcher a good place for the helicopter to land. He also kept talking to Renner and said this wasn't the way he wanted to meet him. Renner has since left the hospital and is recovering at home after a couple surgeries. Now back to you.